Hello and welcome. We are going to cover Chapter 1 Defining Marketing for the New Realities of the book Marketing Management by Kotler and Keller. And this is part 3 of the previous video. In the previous video, we talked about core marketing concept. Taking it further, we will now be talking about new marketing realities and dramatically changed marketplace. In new marketing realities, in this section, we are going to focus about the transformative forces such as technology, globalization, and social responsibility. Talking about technology, with the rapid change in the tech world, the other elements who are using it has also taken a different shape and has grown with time. As Boston Consulting Group believes that brand marketers must enhance their digital balance sheet. That is, they mean that every brand should have a value or have a presence in different social media platforms so that it is easy for customers to get attracted to their brand. Globalization, as we all know previously from our childhood days, this concept has made a world smaller place, and with it extends quick reach and super communication system which has connected us all. People living in different country know what the other country people are like and what is going on in other part of the world. Talking about the last concept in new marketing realities, that is social responsibility. Well, the things like poverty, pollution, water shortage, climate change, war, and wealth concentration demand our attention, right? These private sectors is taking some responsibilities for improving living condition, and firm all over the world has taken an elevated role of corporate social responsibility. It comprises that, all the private or government owned funds who are, working at a higher level, they have a good power to influence, has to pay some of their role in conserving the environment or conserving on the in the topic which is not in their core field. For example, a company known as Chanel is known for luxury product and its luxury appeal, but they are one of the well-known brand which takes care about the CSR aspect. They invest their money, they invest their people to to reduce poverty, pollution, and many related aspect in the life of the people. Now coming over to the third topic, which is dramatically changed marketplace. The three forces which we talked about earlier, that is technology, globalization, and social responsibility, have dramatically changed the marketplace, bringing customers, consumers, and company to new capabilities. So what are the new capabilities all about? So, there are few listed capabilities of consumer which we can have a look. Now consumer can use internet as a powerful information and have a purchasing aid. You know they can also search, communicate, and also purchase on the move, right? It's not necessary that you have to be on a certain physical location to get the things done or to get the item purchased, right? Everything can be done online. Consumer can tap into social media to share their opinions and express loyalties. In case if consumer has, for example, purchased some goods, but they want to, just, give the feedback, they can directly go to the social media and, share their opinions. Consumerly are actively interacting with the companies, right? They are following some companies, they are following some personality. It is like passive or active communication is always there with consumers. Also, at last, consumer can reject marketing they find inappropriate. So there are sometimes, things doesn't work out well with the companies. They might have done mistake unknowingly. So consumer have a right to reject it. It is not something that, people or the brands or the organization are forcing consumer to accept things. As we have seen how consumer have got new capabilities, At the same time, companies has also got capabilities. Some of the listed capabilities are: now companies can use the internet as a powerful information and sales channel, including for individual differentiated goods. So, companies can now pinpoint it, do things. They can just pinpoint the target market, target audience, people, with respect to their demographic, geographic, their personal things. They can just, pinpoint things and then, reach the consumer. Companies can now collect fuller and richer information about the market, consumer, prospect, and competitors. So, as I already mentioned, that now companies have a greater detail of information. They can easily know what market is all about and how people are, functioning regularly. Companies can reach consumer quickly and effectively via social media and mobile marketing, sending targeted ads, coupons, and information. Now, the reach with the consumer, it's very easy for a company. They just need to have a database such as email or phone number, or also via the social media platform, wherein they can companies can directly interact with the consumer. There is no third party involved in communicating any misinformation or information which company wants to give. They can give it easily. Companies now can improve purchasing, recruiting, training, and internal external communication. So the communication system inside the companies are very easy and smooth nowadays. At last, companies can improve their cost efficiently. So everything is done on the tech platforms, so things are very easy, very quick, as well as they are very cost effective. Like, less people are involved in making a physical transaction. Most of the things are done on an online basis, so it's very easy for companies to reduce the cost. Now, coming on to the topic of changing channels. So there are two channels which we are going to talk about. First is a retail channel, and the second one is disintermediation, right? So one of the reason consumer have more choices is that channels of distribution have changed as a result of retail and disintermediation transformation, right? So, talking about the retail transformation, store based retailers face competition from catalog houses, direct mail firms, newspaper and magazines, also TV, that is like direct to consumer. They send ads, home shopping, and e commerce, right? So, previously, in the previous generation, people used to go to the physical location of the store, get the information, and things were put on the flyers or billboards. But now things are very easy. One has to put information on the social media platform, and things can really get circulated easily with a less cost, right? Talking about disintermediation, early .com companies, for example, Amazon and other success, and others have successfully created disintermediations in the delivery of the product and services by interviewing in the traditional flow of the goods. So earlier the transportation of the goods was very difficult. Now it's just a click away. Like, it doesn't depends upon the time or date or time, or day of the delivery. One might be sleeping at, just relaxing at 10 p.m. in the night, and they might be just shopping on their phone, and with the one click things will be reached to their home the next day. So there is a huge transformation in getting the product. Now, talking about the last aspect of our discussion, that is highlighted competition. So while globalization has created intense competition among domestic as well as the foreign brands, the rise of the private labels and mega brands and the trend toward deregulation and privatization have also increased competition. So, like talking about the private labels, so they have a distinctive features from the other brands or labels. We can, just give an example such as Great Value from Walmart and Kirkland from Costco. So these are the private labels. Mega brands, as it's very easy to remember that Apple, Microsoft, Google, all these companies are known as mega brand. And deregulation, the good example is like, I can narrate a small story that, before 1978, the, US airline industry was heavily regulated by the government with fixed routes, fares, and schedules. The Airline Deregulation Act of 1978 removed many of these restrictions, allowing airline more freedom to set prices, choose routes, and compete more freely in the market. So, one of the prominent example is the Southwest Airlines, which we can talk about in the concept of deregulation. Now, lastly, what about privatization? Many companies have converted public companies to private ownership and management to increase their efficacy. So, so in privatization, there are some certain level of people who are required to run the business, and it is very confined among those people only. The business is very much confined among those people only. And the influence of the market is not that much as compared to the public company, because they are not directly coordinated with the public sector or the government organization. So privatization helps a company to function very well and efficiently. That's all for this lecture. I hope you enjoyed it. Looking forward to see you again in the next video. Thank you.